We should stand in awe of the one who splits the sky with lightning and shakes the earth with thunder. We should marvel at the God who tells the ocean where its borders are and brings the whole universe under submission to his will, his hand, to the laws and rules that he set in place. His sovereign nature governs creation. He sustains every beating heart and upholds each star that shines in space. He has ruled over every event for all of history, and he will reign over every moment for all of eternity. Yet, we have the audacity to call into question his ability to lead us correctly as we walk presently. Who are we to think we could construct and design a better plan for our future than the author of time? I am the captain of my soul. I am the master of my fate. We cry out with the poet from the past, yet we carry with us no real authority. Unlike the one who says, I am Alpha and Omega, I am first and I am last. And he was responsible for your first heartbeat, and he knows exactly when you will take your last breath. He reigns supremely over life, and he is the only one with victory over death. He sees clearly through all of time and is not bound by the constraints of humanity. He has the power to stop the sun in its tracks because his timeline supersedes eternity. We should worship the God who is outside of time, to whom 1,000 years is as a single day. Instead, we complain when he doesn't deliver our request in the manner and time frame for which we pray. Instead of our devotion to his divine will, we throw the adult version of a temper tantrum, making demands for him to deliver as if we are kidnappers holding his child captive, so quickly forgetting that he's already paid the ransom. We behave like the Israelites, wandering in the desert, complaining like he isn't taking care of our needs, neglecting the fact that if it was not for his goodness, we would still be slaves in Egypt, never having been free. Without his hand to guide us, we would die in our miserable state. It is because of his goodness that we are not utterly consumed. In his graciousness, he restores us, and each day we awaken to mercies made new. But do we trust him? Do we trust that he is really working all things for our good? Do we follow his calling wherever he leads when the world and even our own mind make us doubt that we should? Simply put, we doubt him. We doubt his ability to move on our behalf. We doubt that he is genuinely concerned with the details of our life or the direction of our path. So in our doubt, we struggle. We forget that he fashioned us precisely with a purpose in mind. Our lives are of significant importance to him because we're his masterpiece, his grand design. I think we need to be reminded that he who began a good work in us is faithful to finish what he starts. He does not leave or abandon his own. He is deeply concerned with those who have given him their hearts. The life of Joseph is an excellent reminder of the sovereignty of God. Sold into slavery, accused of rape, seemingly abandoned and forgotten, what most would say was a life of frustration, yet in each terrible circumstance there is overwhelming evidence of divine orchestration. And Joseph recognized the favor of God on his life in the midst of extreme adversity. And while others would call into question God's plan, Joseph knew God did all things purposely. And what others intended for evil against him, God used for good to save an entire nation. We can look back on the life of Joseph and know that there are greater purposes at work in every situation. And unlike the deist who says that God is some faraway, long-forgotten clockmaker who set the world in motion and then just simply walked away, the truth is that God is intimately involved in the inner workings of every single moment of every single day. And before you were formed in your mother's womb, even before the foundation of the world was laid, the one who scripted all of history carefully inscribed every detail of your DNA. And not only has he delicately designed you exactly the way he meant for you to be, he sent his only son to redeem you because he wants to know you intimately. So if you begin to doubt his goodness, or don't understand the purpose of your pain, just crawl up in his lap and find refuge in the shadow of his wing. Know that whatever he is doing is for your good and his glory, and you can trust and completely rely